How important is pronunciation in language learning? Pronunciation can be quite tricky when learning new language, especially for adults. You have to replicate lots of new sounds that are completely new. The language you are learning might have the same alphabet, but same letter will have entirely different pronunciation. It can be confusing in beginning because it looks like words are not spelled the way they should. But how important is pronunciation in new language, and what can you do to improve? Learning pronunciation first. That's a step that's often looked by many people learning method. We believe that acquiring some knowledge of proper pronunciation is essential before you dive in the depth of the language. You need to know how each letter and combination of letters are pronounced. If they are accented letters, you should learn them as well. The goal is not to master pronunciation right from the start, but to at least understand how the language works. If you learn in German, for example, the letter V generally it's not difficult to say F instead of V, but you do need to know. Otherwise, you could pronounce it incorrectly for years. Correcting your pronunciation from the start will ensure that you don't take in bad habits. It can be extremely difficult to correct pronunciation after years of reinforcement. Focus on being understood. When learning new language, it's important that you focus on being understood. Try to clearly enunciate rather than trying to speak exactly like native speakers who tend to mumble quite a bit at times. You do the best to clear enunciate by no time. That's the main goal for most people. After all, having accent is not really a problem in most situations. It's just your own way of speaking. You might not speak exactly the same way as everyone around you, but that doesn't matter at all. There are popular saying that something like this: never make fun of someone with an accent. It means they don't know language. I just changed that quite a bit, sounding like a native speaker. Many learners will love to sound like native speaker in their new language, but what does that mean exactly? English speakers from the UK and from the US have different accents, but they are simply different way of speaking. We tend to generalize the UK and US accent, but it said that there are over 50 different accents in British Ireland. But you can simply spend lots of time immersing yourself in that particular accent. If you listen to lots of material and constantly practice out loud, you can get there. Be warned though, this will take a lot of work. In general, you can record your voice and compare it to recording of our native speaker. You can listen to a little subtlety in the pronunciation and make the adjustment needed to sound more native. Don't let it keep you from speaking. One of the most important things is to never let pronunciation keep you from speaking. It's important to practice speaking as much as possible. Spoken practice will help improve the pronunciation and most importantly, your ability to clearly communicate. Even the accent is so thick that you're not understood at first. The other person will simply ask you to repeat. Once they understand, they will tell you the proper pronunciation and you naturally get better. Nothing should ever keep you from speaking. The importance of breathing. There's a big difference between not saying words correctly because some sound difficult for you, not saying correctly because you think that you don't have the said. Reading can fix a lot of these problems. Once you know how each letter are pronounced, knowing how to word are spelled should help your pronunciation. Reading will help you. Once you know how to read, you can even practice your pronunciation by reading book out loud, which is likely to one of the best way to practice your pronunciation. Listen and repeat. Whenever you listen to audio material, try to repeat after recording. You can do this movie, YouTube video, song, any audio you get your hands. Listen intensely, pause recording, and repeat what you heard out loud. This exercise can also be done in the visual program. Repeating out loud is another way you can greatly increase your pronunciation skill. All that being said, remember what's truly important: being understood. If you can do that, remember that having an accent is no big deal. It can do certain charm. If you like a video, please give our thumb up. It really means a lot to us. For more language learning, check out our website at wino.com. Thanks.